Let's make your business cook. Independent chefs who want to build and scale their personal and private chef business and call their own shots? Subscribe here for tips, hacks, and tactics to get clients, money, and freedom. So before we begin, like and subscribe below. You know, food tastes better when chefs are having fun. And if you want to work at Halloween as an independent chef, and you want to know how it is that you can add to the fun and be the chef that's in demand, then I want to show you, and I want you to stay tuned today because I'm going to give you 6 tips for how to boost your sales through Halloween as a private or personal chef, and 3 reasons why I think I have the #1 costume for you as a chef. So let's go into 6 tips, because Halloween and being a chef can be tricky. Now, if you're working on the line in a restaurant, you know, a lot of you can have fun in the kitchen, but you want to also make sure that you're safe. So many of the tips that I have for you are have to do with you being really safe, but you can still have fun, chef. So the first thing is that wigs are hairy. So if you're working, oh my gosh, this is beautiful hair. Wigs are hairy. And so I want you to not use to not use wigs when you're working. They catch fire, they're not safe, and they get in food, and nobody likes their hair in their food. Okay, so first thing is wigs are hairy, and leave that out. The second thing is I want you to choose makeup over prosthetics, because prosthetics can fall in the soup as well, and they can get in the way of you doing a good job. So fake noses, nobody really likes that in their food. Now, in terms of makeup, I want you to choose makeup instead of prosthetics. And this little bruise kit, I've had it for years and it works wonders. And we have a client who has us do a zombie party for them every year. And it's a dinner party and everyone comes in costume, and plus there's trick-or-treaters and that sort of thing. And we just provide the dinner, but our staff come and dress up because it makes it even more lively. And then the menu, of course, has you know, chicken fingers and different words in it that make for really gooey, wonderful descriptions. But this here, I think, is the #1 thing that chefs need. So choose makeup over prosthetics. I'll show you in just a minute. The second thing is opt for visibility instead of functionality. So like this is a really cool costume that my daughter and I made for a prior Halloween, but not really good for working. So opt for visibility and then functionality. You know, if you're working as a gorilla, very difficult for you to be checking the doneness of your meat. So leave out the kinds of things that will keep you from working effectively at the stove. Now, before I share with you the next tips, I'm going to start using this to show you what I think is the very best costume for chefs. And this little tower, it's just yellow, red, purple, and black. And when you start using makeup, you use the lightest color first. So I'm going to start with yellow. And I can't tell you how many chefs have been on their way to work. And I said, well, okay, but before you go to the gig, come here, because I gotta like sit down for a minute and I'm going to help you with your makeup. And I'm just going to try and do it real quick and show you. And then I'm going to go join my daughter at her tennis game. Okay, so you start with a light. Good. All right, then you go darker. And oh, wait a second here. Let me bruise up my cheek really well too. Okay. Good. Maybe I'll do a little bit on my nose here. Now my daughter's going to be thrilled. I'm going to embarrass her. Okay, then you start going darker. And again, there is no perfect recipe for this. But if this is my area, then I'm going to go, as I get darker, I'm going to go smaller and smaller and smaller. So this area, I'm just going to start already starting to look awesome. And then I had a little bit going on here and here. I want this to be really miserable. And I'm going to blend it in, but really it's okay if it's not perfect. And there we go. Okay, let me give you the next tip while I'm doing this. The next tip is to go propless. Don't use props. So I know that a lot of you like dream of being a cheerleader, and that's all wonderful, but you can't complete a costume that requires props and work in the kitchen. So you got to pick a costume that doesn't require props, because you're going to have to ditch those when you start working anyway. So, okay. All right, it's looking pretty good. Good. Then I go to the next darker color. So, you might have a 17th century swashbuckling sword collection and a Ghostbuster proton pack, and that's really admirable. But what I want you to do is just be able to be you, be able to show up, do your job, and be comfortable. That's really important too, Chef. Now, I'm staying really close in the circle and going darker with this purple now. And now it's really going to start looking good. Okay, and then I'm going to make this bruise darker here. All right, and then on my nose. Go. If you want, you can do both eyes. I recommend, doing under the cheeks. You can have a gash on your head kind of thing. Okay, go propless. Wigs are hairy. Opt for visibility, so no masks, and functionality, so no gloves. Also, avoid capes. And like your Superman cape is really cool, but like ditch the capes and the long sleeves, because those long witches sleeves and things, those can get into the flames and into the food as well. So nobody likes that either. So that's 5. Makeup over prosthetics. Avoid long sleeves. Opt for visibility and functionality. Wigs are hairy. They go out. Go propless. And the other thing that I want you to know, this is my last tip, like, blood's not funny in the kitchen. Blood's just not funny in the kitchen. So even though I've got a tube here and I can make it run down, my eyeball and have bleeding eyeballs or bleeding out of my mouth here, fake blood is cool, but it doesn't really dry. It stays kind of gelatin. It's not the best. So I would leave blood out of the kitchen. It doesn't build confidence for your clients. You want them to have fun, but not be scared that it's really blood, because number 1 rule, chef, don't bleed in the food, right? So in terms of prosthetics, like if you have a bullet wound that you're going to attach with spirit gum, that sort of thing, it just like gash wounds and other prosthetics, just not the best. Just leave them out and go simple. Many of you chefs are not the dress up type anyway, so this is a really simple, easy way to to do what you need to do to make having you over at Halloween fun, and make it easy for you to dress up without feeling the pressure. So all I did was take these 4 colors and I'm just darkening the center more and more. And keep in mind, I'm doing this into the Zoom camera, so I don't really have a mirror to try it. So I'm just winging it here. But I can make this bruise deeper and deeper and deeper, and just really look pretty zombie-like there, and then my nose. So already I look kind of ghoulish. And then the last tip that I have for you, besides avoiding, the, the props and the prosthetics and all that, is to really get into character. And I just want to wipe this somewhere. You can cover your face completely with white and then do this sort of look just around your eyes. You can just, do it around your mouth, make this, you'll get instantly older if you do this, but just like a little bit extra darkness, and and it changes everything about you showing up in your white chef jacket. You can still be a pro, but you can show up and you can get into character. So if you put a base of white on first and then do this, you can be a ghost or a ghoul. If you just do this, then you can be like the living dead, right? Or the walking dead. You also can use, did I tell you my family likes Halloween? You can also do your hair up with the colored spray and make your hair kind of, like go crazy with your hair and truly look like Night of the Walking Dead or something like that, and spray it up. That's okay. That spray will stay in your hair. Don't use the glitter that will fall out of your hair. And you can really get into character. So I think that the very best costume for chefs to have more fun in the kitchen is to go as a zombie, to just use your black and then your purple and then the red and then the yellow. Start with the lightest color, then go to the darker and go into the hollows of your face. So that would be cheekbones, right? Here, these are hollows, right? And then if you can use your, oh, holy cow. If you go really crazy and go ahead, put a cloth underneath your chef jacket first, and then go like this and like darken the hollows. And I'm doing it in an opposite mirror view, so I can't see, but you can, oh yeah, that's looking better. There you go. So you go, and it's really easy to make a good and compelling presence to show that you want to be a part of the party, but you're super professional. So, the 3 reasons that I think that zombie kind of look is the best: super comfortable. This makeup doesn't dry, doesn't crack. Here, I'll come closer so you can see. Right? It's just 4 colors and it's super comfortable. It'll wipe right off. It will ruin your chef jacket. So I suggest that you either have somebody help you or you put a towel around your chef collar and then put it on, and maybe stay away from this area if you want, so that it doesn't get into your collar, but it's really easy to get a great look on. If I did both eyes and here and here and here, and then just crazied up my hair, hang on. Just then then it becomes a great costume for a chef. It's safe, it's comfortable, it's fun, it's engaging, and allows you to get into character with everyone else at the party. And they're like, do you remember when we had that chef with us? Let's do it again this year. He's so much fun. She's so much fun to have around. It was so great. And each year we do a Halloween party for a client where we send them a dead zombie chef. Oh, you could do your hands too. It's pretty easy. Again, stay in the hollows. Right? I know you've got to wash your hands, so that's not always the best, but if you show up and you're like, then that works, and then you wash your hands and get on with your work. But we send them a chef who's zombied out, and then also servers who are zombied out as well. And it just makes for a lovely party. Everyone is still dressed very professionally in their classic black and whites, so every guest still knows whom they can ask for service, and we can exceed their expectations by being a part of the party, adding to the ambiance and getting into character. So even if you have the relationship with them and they say, oh, I'd like some more wine, you can say, yes, or something, they're coming, right? Anyway, you research your lines ahead of time, so that you've got some really good comebacks for them, and be a part of the party, because food tastes better when people are having fun. And if you're doing a Halloween event, or if you'd like to suggest to people that they book for you for a Halloween event, nothing better than getting into costume. People will stop what they're doing and look at you, and you will have a chance in that moment to tell them what you do, who you serve, and why they should have you in their home. So happy Halloween to you. And I hope that you work safely, chef, and that you have a good time on Halloween, and that you serve clients, and that it's delicious, and that you have people who call you back again and again and again. All right. See you.